Hello, fabulous first grade. This is Miss Smith again. In today's reading lesson, we are going to be comparing and contrasting the experiences of the main character in our book. All that means is that we're going to listen very carefully and see what happens to her and see how she changes or her surroundings, the things that are happening to her, how things change from the beginning of the story till the end of the story. And when we finish the story, you're going to be able to show me that you can tell me how things changed by writing a letter. I'm so excited, and you'll understand better after we read the story. So let's get started. Let me introduce you to our story. Our story is called Lissy's Friends, and it is written by Grace Lynn. Lissy's Friends. Listen very carefully and see how things change for Miss Lissy. Lissy was the new girl at school. Nobody talked to her. Nobody smiled at her. At the playground, Lissy stood on the merry-go-round by herself. Because Lissy ate lunch alone, she was finished before lunchtime was over. Since she didn't have anything else to do, Lissy took the lunch menu in front of her and began to fold it. Soon she had made a little paper crane. "Hello," Lissy said to the paper crane. "I will call you Menu, and you will be my friend." And to her surprise, Menu opened its eyes and blinked at her. Menu looked to the right, then to the left, and fluttered up with its paper wings. Have you ever been the new kid at a school or somewhere where you didn't know anybody? How are you feeling? How do you think Lissy is feeling right now? See the kids talking to each other, and here she is by herself. The rest of the day, Lissy smiled a secret smile. Can you see what's in her pocket? There's Menu. Why do you think she's smiling? What's she thinking about? She's home now. "Did you make any friends in school today?" Mommy asked when Lissy came home. "Well," Lissy said, patting Menu in her pocket, "I did make one friend." "Good," Mommy said. "I'm sure you'll make more tomorrow." Do you think she'll make more tomorrow? Let's see. Here's everybody on the playground. And there's Lissy. And she did. The next day, Lissy made lots of friends. Do you think her mother meant make friends in that way? Her friends went with her. Everywhere. There she is in the classroom, the library, the bus stop, and on the bus. And Lissy was never alone. One day, Lissy heard a group of kids laughing as they went down the street. They stopped at one house and then another, but they didn't stop at Lissy's house. "Lissy," Mama called from downstairs, "why don't you go with your friends to the playground?" "I think they're all headed that way." Lissy looked at her paper friends. "Yes," she said, "let's go to the playground." Lissy led her friends down the street and to the playground. "We'll ride the merry-go-round first," she told them. Then we can all ride together." So all the paper animals crowded onto the merry-go-round, and Lissy began to push it. Round and round Lissy pushed. She ran so hard she didn't see that her friends were having a difficult time staying on. Swoosh! The paper giraffe flew. Then the paper elephant and the rabbit. A strong wind caught them and carried them up into the sky. If you'll look in the background, look at the children on the playground. They are noticing that her paper friends are being caught by the wind. When Lissy jumped on, the merry-go-round was empty. She looked up and saw her paper friends flying away. "No, come back," Lissy cried. But they couldn't. "No more friends," said Lissy, and she sat down on the merry-go-round and covered her face with her hands. "Hey, is this yours?" a voice said. Lissy looked up. There was a girl holding a paper crane. "Menu!" "It's neat," the girl said. "Did you make it?" Lissy looked at the girl. She was smiling at her. Lissy nodded. "Can you show me how?" the girl asked. "I'm Paige." Paige came over to Lissy's house, and Lissy showed her how to make a paper crane. Then they made a paper fox and dragonfly. They talked and laughed. Do you see how things are changing for Lissy? And the next day, Paige pushed Lissy on the merry-go-round with lots and lots of friends. And not the paper kind. Ooh, look. Here's a note that Lissy has received. I know it's to Lissy because it says, "Dear Lissy, we hope you are doing well. We are having fun traveling the world. We miss you. Heart," which means love, "your friends. P.S. Tell Menu hello." If you'll remember, Menu was the only paper friend that was found. So it looks like her paper friends are out traveling the world, and they're just checking in with Lissy, wanting to know how things are going. They hope things are going well, and to tell Menu hello. And we are going to write a letter for Lissy back to her paper friends. That's what we're going to do. How exciting. So I want you to think about when Lissy writes them back, what is she going to tell them? When they left, the only friends she had were them, the paper friends that she made. So be thinking and get your letter form that was in your packet. Get it ready, get a pencil, and we're going to write together. So I'll see you in a minute. Click on the link when you have all your supplies and you're ready to go. See you in a minute.